Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the true, holy, and powerful name of the Heavenly Father. Bahashem meaning in the name. Yahweh Shai is the true, holy, and powerful name of his only begotten Son, who is the Savior of the nation of Israel, starting off with the elect within the nation of Israel. And Israel consists of you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, as well as you Israelite foreigners scattered abroad that may look like the nations where you've been scattered to, but are Israelites. And I also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing out this word in all sincerity and the truth. All right, this is Brother Yakal from the GMS Ranch out in Des Moines, Iowa, coming back at you with another lesson inspired by the Holy Spirit, Habakkuk Wadash. And in this lesson, it's kind of based off of a conversation I was having with the big bro Mathathia, and, just different things that's being said and, reports, that I'm, getting, through the Spirit. So the way that our structure is that we have a structure where brothers report in to certain men and, kind of go over what their week was, if they accomplished certain things that we had to get taken care of as far as camp responsibilities or duties and so on and so forth. All right. But, with those different, reports, the Spirit, is really tapping into letting Jake know, like, look, man, these various excuses, man, they getting played the fuck out. All right. Just to be plain, man, they getting played the fuck out. All right, we coming into some very serious times, and if Jake ain't snapping out of it, their mom being all over the place, and whatever the case may be, man, it's gonna be some tough times. All right, it's gonna be some tough times, man. As a servant of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, we cannot be scatterbrained. All right, we cannot be scatterbrained, and that was a term that was brought up, so that's why I wanted to bring this up. So the word scatterbrain, or the meaning of the phrase, it says of a person disorganized and lacking in concentration. Right, lacking in concentration. It also says here in the Merriam-Webster, it says having, showing a forgetful, disorganized, or unfocused mind. All right, so we can't afford to be unfocused. All right, we can't afford to, not have concentration when it comes down to the ministry, the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, now when we go to this word, all right, the word concentrate. So the word concentrate is in the Google definition. It says focus one's attention or mental effort on a particular object or activity. All right. Focus, man. Okay. Focus. So as a servant, man, we have to be focused on what we need to do, our responsibilities, on our personal development and our growth, about our Father's business, man. The scriptures talk about keeping our eyes single. All right, the scriptures talk about being not entangled with the affairs of this life, the cares of this world. The Lord wants us to love him with all our heart, all right? What our mind and our attention being given over unto him, right? So we can't allow these different things to overtake our mind. And we're coming to a point where it's like, look, once again, these different things, it ain't going to be these excuses just being taken and, and just thinking the Lord is just cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this grace period was a time for us to work on all these different things that we're recognizing within ourselves. And if we've been in this grace period and we haven't been examining ourselves and, searching out these different things and fighting to overcome it, because that's another thing too, Lord's will, I'll touch on that later in this lesson, but Jake just be accepting getting their ass kicked, man. All right. Jake be knowing there's certain things they need to work on, focus in on, and they're not putting the amount of effort or energy that's necessary to overcome those things. You're not fasting about it. You're not praying about it, putting little to no effort into it. Or I pray once about it and, and you still doing the same thing, and you're not really seeking the Lord out to overcome these different things, man. So we can't afford this, man. Especially how close we are to the end, bro. This is not acceptable. All right. It's just not acceptable, man. This is the book of Ezekiel. And these are things that Jake know. It ain't no new precepts. It ain't the same precepts we're bringing out, on the line and everything like that. It's the same precepts and, that we're held to, man. Ezekiel 33 and 31, and they come unto thee as the people coming, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them, right? So Jake be knowing these different things. They hearing these words. They hearing the lessons. They, can give proper counsel to other individuals or whatever the case may be, or, getting on Jake out here, but when it comes down to them applying it or us applying it, man, Jake is just missing the mark or clueless or, it's like it just go out the window, man. All right. It says, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness, man. Okay. So Jacob say, I love the Lord and this and that and the third, but is that showing, in our actions? Is the Lord the center of our life? All right. Is that being shown? Are we being, caught up in too many other things, whatever the case may be? And especially in the times that we're in, bro, this is the last, the last thing you want to do right now is to be caught up in some other stuff, man. All right. To be unfocused, or as that term went into, scatterbrain, unfocused. All right. Lacking concentration. Concentration is a centering our attention on one thing. Okay. So our attention needs to be centered on this ministry, on this work, on the body, right? If it's centered on all these other things, man, hey, the Lord warned of that. He said, watch and pray always that your hearts be not overcharged, all right, meaning weighed down with surfeiting, drunkenness, and the cares of this life, man. And not only did the Lord warn us of that, but he gave us the necessary tools to overcome these various different things, man. And Jake is not doing it. All right, they're hearing these things, Jake know these things, but they're not taking the necessary steps to overcome these things, man. All right, the book of Matthew 6 and verse 21, it says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. All right, and that's straight to the point, man. See, whatever we value, all right, that's where our mind is going to be, man. It says in the Amplified, all right, in the Amplified version, it says, for where your treasure is, there your heart, your wishes, your desires, that on which your life centers, will be also. Okay. And our life is supposed to be centered around this ministry, man. Okay. So our mind is, our mind is going to be focused on what we value. That's what it is, man. Okay. So if we're scatterbrained, all right, all unfocused and unconcentrated, or whatever the case may be, man, we have to really self-examine and see, what is my mind focused on? All right. Am I too attached to certain things? Am I lacking faith in a certain area to where I'm worried about this or worried about that or certain things, Because the scriptures give the guidelines. The scripture says, be careful for nothing, but with prayer and supplication, make your request be made known unto the Most High. Then the peace of the Most High, which surpasseth all understanding, shall keep our hearts. Are we applying that? Are we praying to the Lord to, are we casting our burdens upon him for he cared for us? Right? Are we having the faith and belief that, look, if I seek the kingdom, everything else is going to be taken care of? Are we so worried about hustling and bustling to worry about all this other stuff instead of just sitting back? Look, I'm going to focus on what I need to do. I'm going to do what I can in these other areas, but I'm going to trust in the Lord to take care of that, man. Certain things just take too much attention. All right. Certain things is just, it's like, nah, bro, we're on a mission. All right. We got business to take care of, man. We got responsibilities and duties and so on and so forth. We as servants of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai cannot afford to be scatterbrained, man. All right. This is the book of Jeremiah, because I had mentioned, man, about taking the necessary steps that, the Lord gives for us, fasting, praying. Jake ain't taking these steps. All right. So then it's like, when you find yourself going through these different things, it's been 3 years and Jake's still talking about battling, being lazy. Like, of course, the flesh is going to do what it does. All right. But is there still no improvement on these different things? It's been 5 years and you still, yeah, man, my mind be all over the place. Well, damn, your mind, what's going on? Where's your mind at? What's important? We got to really ask ourselves these things and fix the problems, man. Figure it out. Like the elder Ariella been saying through the spirit, man, hey, Jake got to figure it out. All right. Because we at the end of this thing, man. And, you just got to figure that shit out, man. All right. This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 8 and verse 4. Moreover, thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, shall they fall and not arise? Shall he turn away and not return? In the NLT, Jeremiah says to the people, this is what the Lord says. When people fall down, don't they get up again? When they discover they're on the wrong road, don't they turn back? So it's like Jake be having no self-examination, all right, to recognize like, damn, these different things are affecting me. My mind is all over the place and I need to take the necessary steps to get out of this. Jake just be comfortable just getting their ass kicked, man. All right. It says when people fall down, don't they get up again? Are you fighting to get up and get over these different things? All right. Are you recognizing I'm moving in the wrong direction? And are you not trying to, get in the right spirit? Right. Hey, like it says in the book of Sirach, the 21st chapter, Sirach chapter 21. Sirach chapter 21 and verse 7, it says, an eloquent man is known far and near, but a man of understanding knoweth when he slippeth. So as men of understanding, all right, proper judges, right, you know, because right, are we not supposed to be judges, you know? So we can't tell when, you know, something is taking our mind away from the Lord, or, you know, you can't tell when you're distracted. You can't tell when, you know, you don't feel when something is preoccupying your mind too much, or, you know, we ain't capable of judging ourselves, right? Isn't this what this word is supposed to be teaching us? To judge ourselves properly and to make proper decisions and recognize different things within ourselves. Doesn't it say, know ye not your own selves, right? So we should be able to pinpoint these different things, all right, know when we slipping, all right, and get up through the Spirit and power Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. Trusting and relying upon the Lord, leaning into Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to get up and get over these things, man. All right. It says, that's it in that. Let's grab this in the book of 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 35. It says, in this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, and that ye may attend upon the Lord without distraction. All right. So we want to attend upon the Lord without distraction. And like I always mention, that definition for attend means to direct our mind and energy towards something, man. All right. Directing our mind and energy, all right, towards what we need to do. All right. Now this word distract. All right. Let's look up that word, distract. The word distract, it says prevent someone from giving full attention to something, man. Okay? Prevent someone from giving full attention to something. So when we're analyzing ourselves and we're recognizing these things, like, yeah, man, this is taking too much of my energy. I'm getting too caught up in this. All right, this is affecting me serving the Lord, or whatever the case may be, or you might even be getting your lessons in and everything like that, but you recognize it has a hindrance on your growth and development. See, we ain't here to be stagnant. We ain't here to be the same individual we were 6 months ago. All right, the scriptures talk about how the outward man perish, but the inward man is renewed day by day. All right, you go into that word renewed, it goes into, it's anakaino, which goes into being transformed. So this is a continual transformation, man. So we can't be content with, okay, I got my bare minimum done, you know, done, but the growth, all right, in the spirit, all right, you're the same person as you were 6 months ago or a year ago, whatever the case may be. All right. So as we're, you know, once again, man, as we're seeing these different things, man, adjustments have to be made. All right. Growth has to happen. All right. Yahweh Shai cursed that tree that wasn't bearing fruit. Right. The scriptures go into the parable about the tree for 3 years that wasn't bearing fruit. All right. And then what? They dunged about it. All right. In the 4th year, it was like, look, if it ain't bearing no fruit, then it's getting uprooted. Right. So we have to be producing these things, man. And it goes beyond just doing lessons and everything like that, man. We should be growing in the spirit, growing in our temperance, growing in our prudence. All right. You know, maturity and so on and so forth, man. All right. Not just growing in the amount of lessons or whatever the case may be, which that's a part of what we need to be doing. All right. But Yahweh Shai spoke about that, man. There's going to be many that say, Lord, Lord, haven't we prophesied in thy name and cast out devils and so on and so forth? And he said, depart from me, ye workers of iniquity. All right. So just out there teaching just ain't going to cut it just because we teaching. All right. We should be teaching ourselves and applying the things that, you know, applying these things to ourselves first and foremost, man. All right. So that's it on that word distract. Oh, it says divert attention from something. Right. So there's different things that are trying to divert our attention, trying to distract us. And we have to recognize those things and do what's necessary to overcome it, man. All right. This is the book of 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians. And Jake act like there ain't going to be consequences for these things, man. Like the Lord ain't going to come in and bring judgment. Like, I don't know, know what you think is going to be the result, you know? Just being complacent and making the same mistakes over and over again. Like, you comfortable in that? Like, that's very uncomfortable, you know? The fear of the Lord ain't dropping some of that away, or the love of the Lord ain't dropping some of that away to where we're improving and making the adjustments, man. We got to really ask ourselves these questions, man, and get help from the throne. You know, beg and plead to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai to get the strength to do what's necessary to overcome, man. All right, to be accepted by him, right? 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. It says, but I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Yahweh Shai Mashiach in the NLT. But I fear that somehow your pure and undivided devotion to Yahweh Shai will be corrupted, right? So there should be an undivided devotion to the Lord, man. All right, that we should have. We should be devoted to the Lord. Now, this word devote in the Google definition, devote, it says, not devoted. It says, give all or a large part of one's time or resources to a person, activity, or cause. All right. So if we're devoted to the Lord, then we should be giving a large part of our time, resources, and attention, all right, to this work, to this ministry, to the Lord, man. All right. And if there's other things that are taking away from that, we have to recognize that, because a wise man knoweth when he slippeth, and stay on the right path, man. All right. Remove those distractions, man. And even further in this word devote, it really goes back into a vow. All right. When you look in the origins right here, de formerly, and then Latin vovere, which means to vow. See, we made a vow to the Lord to serve, to serve him, man. All right. To serve Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai through the end, man. We've entered into that. All right, to seek the Lord with all our heart and so on and so forth, right? With our mind, with our attention, and focus on him. And like it says in the book of Sirach 18 and 22, it says, let nothing hinder thee to pay thy vow in due time. So we can't allow these different things to hinder us from our servant's service to the Lord. All right. For us, fulfilling our vow and serving the Lord through the end. Right. It says, let nothing hinder thee to pay thy vow in due time and defer not until death to be justified. All right. So this is the mentality we want to walk in, man. All this other stuff that's, we ain't in the time for that. All right. We ain't in the time for that. We see clearly the Lord is bringing in judgment. He said judgment is going to begin with us. So he talking to the churches. All right. So we got to definitely, man, be moving in the fear Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and stay locked in and focus, man. All right, Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 24, and we're going to end it off. It says, put away from thee a froward mouth and perverse lips. Well, I'm going to start at verse 23. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life, right? So we want to guard our heart, protect it. That's trying to take my mind. That's trying to take my mind. Oh, that's Satan right there. He trying to come in and, get my mind locked in on that, focus on that, to take my attention away from the Lord. Recognizing these things, right? As wise men and judges, we should be able to see these things within ourselves, right? It says back in verse 24 in the KJV, put away from thee a froward mouth and perverse lips, put far from thee. Verse 25, let thine eyes look right on. That's focus. And let thine eyelids look straight before thee. Focus, locked in, concentrated, right? Focus on a particular point, a center, something being the center of our attention. Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. Turn not to the right hand nor to the left. Remove thy foot far from evil. All right, so if we're walking on a tightrope, so to speak, or like he talks about in the book of 2 Ezra, the 7th chapter, all right, it talks about that narrow path where there's fire on one side and water on the other. If we all looking around and, you hearing noises and you just easily distracted and something pops up and you looking and this and that and the third, you're not looking straight on. You're going to eventually slip, fall, or take a wrong step, or whatever the case may be, because of a lack of concentration and a lack of focus, right? So on this path, man, we got to make sure that we're as focused, as concentrated as possible on doing the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, on pleasing him and doing what's necessary for salvation, man. All right. Or else what? You'll fall in the water or fall in the fire. Going back in that 2 Ezra, the 7th chapter, So I'm going to end it right there. Through the Spirit, Lord's what I was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing out this word in all sincerity and in truth. With that, I'm going to say shalom.